Hey, hi guys. Very good evening.
Hi,
So
sir.
let's
Good evening.
start this. Yeah, hi. Let's start the session. Let me share it. Yeah. Now, taking forward from the last class, okay. In the last class, we have seen that how we can gather the data. Okay. And today, mostly, we are going to see how we can cleanse the data over here. And then we will do some installations, whatever is required. From tomorrow, we are going to do the Python. Okay, now here. So yesterday we have seen that first I explained you what are the things we are going to cover in our entire course. Yeah, something definitely it will be more than what I mentioned it. Okay. And there will be like, even though if I'm not mentioned it about the machine learning over here, some of the concepts of the machine learning, I will be including it, which is very important from the interview prospects. Yeah, even though if you are training yourself onto the deep learning or generative AI, some interviewer will definitely ask you some questions related to that of data cleansing and all those things. So today mostly I'm going to speak about that data cleansing part. Okay. Now, so we have seen yesterday life cycle of data science and artificial intelligence. First thing is, and now whatever you are doing it, one second, Mahesh, I'm going to just get back to your question. So, yeah, okay. Now, the entire life cycle, we will be doing it in two parts. One is data analysis and data analytics. Data analysis consists of, business requirements and data collection, which is called as data wrangling professionally, and data exploration. That is, you are going to go through the data, in-depth analysis of the data. Now, it is not analysis. You can say it is inspecting of the data. You're going to inspect the data in detail. And then what you're going to do, data cleansing. Whatever you are coming out of the exploration, that what are the errors, what are the, what are the errors are there, and what are the missing values are there, and what are the imbalanceness of the data. All these things we are going to um, see it in that, we are going to find out in the exploration. And that thing we will be applying in the cleansing to clear it off. Once it is done, then we are going to do the data mining. Okay, we are having something called as data mining. Data mining is nothing but you are going to go deep down into the data and you are going to extract the insights. Okay, now after you are doing this, then you will create a model, and model training, model testing, prediction, and this one, if possible, I will show you this one. Yeah, I know that the most of you are were saying me that they are not aware of the coding and all those things, but still you will be getting it, the concept of this model building, model training, model. It is the the Python real, the advantage or the power of the Python will come into the picture over here, which we call it as libraries. Okay, that is what we are going to look into this over here. So, and then I explained you what is data analysis, what is data analytics. The data analysis is analyzing the historic data to get the answers to the current question or to give the suggestions. Okay. Now, what is data analytics? Analytics is nothing but we are going to predict the future based on the historic data again. We will go through our historic data and we will predict the future, how our business will be there in the future. Now, data analysis. It is a process of analyzing historic data to find answers to the current situation is called as data analysis. What is analytics? It is a process of analyzing historic data which helps us to predict series of future events, like how the future will be, we can analyze it over here. Now, data wrangling. It is a process of collecting relevant data from the different sources. So I just put it on this one so that it is easy for you. Okay, you are collecting the data. Okay. Now, this data collection is done in two ways. One is called as primary data collection. Second one is called as secondary data collection. Now, primary data collection is based on the unique case study. If your problem is very unique, okay, it is not relevant to like generic case study, then you have to collect the data on your own. Okay, like a simple example, we can take it as just take it like, you are owning a company. Just imagine you are owning a company and your company is having maybe around 80 employees. Let's take it. We are having 80 employees over here. Now, what is happening is every week, now past from 1 month or so, every week, 2 employees are resigning. Now, again, you should understand getting a qualified employee is really a task. And after getting them and they are spending some time of 1 week or 1 month or 2 months or 3 months or 6 months, and after that they are changing it and they are moving to the other companies. So again, this is a problem for any company. So now you want to analyze like what is the problem with your employees. Well, you want to know the satisfactory level of your employees. Now, how you will know it? Where you will get this data over online? You will not get it. How you can get the data, your employee data over the online, like whether they are satisfied or their satisfactory level or their project satisfaction, whatever may be the problem, how you will get it? You will not get it. So it is a unique case study, very unique case study. So what you will do it, you will apply the primary data collection. What do you mean by primary data collection? Which you have the unique case study where you can't get the data online. That in that case, we will be collecting the data from the scratch. Okay. Now, the approach will be you will interview them or you will monitoring them to check it out what they are doing in the office, what time they are coming, what time they are going, and all these things. Then there is a research. You will be doing a research on your employees, and then you will do a survey. Okay, all these things you will be doing it to know that you are why these people are putting down the papers. Okay, this is case called as primary data collection. Let's say that secondary data collection. Okay, secondary data collection is a process of gathering data from readily existing sources. and we are secondary users of the data which is collected. Now, when we have the common case study, then we are going to use it. Now, in this some cases, it is very difficult to collect the data. In that case, you have to completely rely on the third party over here. For example, now you are trying to somehow, like, you want to find the I can say it as all the users, okay, all the Twitter users, I wanted Twitter users of the age limit, like maybe from 20 to 45. I wanted the age limit, the Twitter users, at what time they are spending their time on the Twitter, or we call it as X as of now. Okay. So now the thing is, I want to know it because I want to do some special advertisement or campaigning. I want to run it on this. I want to run some special campaigning on this. So that is what I want to do it. So in that case, okay, in that case, you can't go and get it the data from all the people right around India or maybe in Asia. You can't collect it. How you can collect it manually? So in that case, you have to approach a source which can provide you that data. You can approach a source which can provide you that data, and that data is, you have to rely them. For example, you have to take the, you can take the data by paying the money directly from the Twitter or X, or you can take it one more reliable source which they can get you as data which is user data of the Twitter, and then they will give you all the information. This is the way, that's the only way. In fact, that's the only way we have to go in. So you will be going with the secondary data collection. And as I told you, like approximately 90% of the projects which are running on AI, they are using the like secondary data approach. They are not going with the primary data approach. Okay. Now, just see, one thing you should understand, guys. See, if you are using, you are in machine learning, or you are in deep learning, or you are in generative AI, all these things, they require data. Without data, they can't work. It's a mandatory. You should get the data. Otherwise, you will not get it. Now, there is only one scenario is there, or one approach is there where data is not required. That is called as reinforcement learning. Now, before getting into reinforcement learning, like there's Mahesh asked me a question. But sir, in interviews, they are more focusing on the machine learning. Yeah, that's true. But the most of the projects are on Gen AI or deep learning. See, one thing, how the interviewer starts, I don't know, like the most of you are well experienced. Like usually the interviewer starts with your projects. If you put on some experience, and based on your experience, he will start with your explanation of the projects. And then what he will do it, he will get deeper and deeper into the technology. And in that, even though if you are in a deep learning project, then he may get into a point comes where he will definitely enter into the machine learning things, and he will ask you some of the questions related to machine learning or the pre-processing. Okay, that you have to be prepared. There is no other way. Now, it doesn't mean to say anything like you are doing a generative AI project, and it doesn't mean to say that Gen AI project will be I will be getting all the questions on the Gen AI. No, it's not like that. if you are going to a reputed institute like organization, I'm not talking about the level 5, I'm talking about level 3, level 4, where there is a proper interviewer is present, then he will start questioning right from the machine learning, and he will go to the deep learning, and then his approach will definitely, even though if he start asking you questions on the generative AI, he will definitely come into the deep learning. That's for sure. Because deep learning is generative AI is an extension of deep learning. So if he asks some questions in your Gen AI, then he will come into the deep learning. And from there, if we want to move into a bit more and you want to know more to see how good your knowledge is on the ML, then they will ask you the questions on ML. That's why I usually cover some of the, even though these things may not be used, these some concepts we'll never use it in our deep learning or Gen AI, but from the interview prospects and for comparison prospects, I will definitely cover in our feature engineering. It will take like 1 or 2 days for completion of that concept, each concept. But still, I would like to spend that time so that in the future, whenever I'm talking, whenever I'm comparing the concept with the machine learning, then you should at least understand what exactly I'm talking over there. Okay, that's why we will be doing it. Okay, is it clear, Mahesh? I don't know. Now, the most of the positions as of now, they are looking for the generative AI, and they want to see that how you can implement the getting the existing model and how you will be implementing it. That's what they will be asking. Now, as I was saying about the reinforcement learning, now before entering into that, see, reinforcement learning is something which is the futuristic learning. Yeah, even though some places we are going to use the reinforcement learning, actually reinforcement learning is something like a futuristic one. It's not much happening inside this as of now. Maybe in the future, you will see a lot of things. What is this is, now I'll give you a small example. If you take it machine learning, there is deep learning, there is Gen AI. Okay. Now, all these three are, you can take it as they are human dependent. They are human dependent. Okay. What do you mean? For what purpose they are human dependent means for data. They require data. These things, they require data over here. Without data, they can't work. Data is pretty mandatory. Okay. Now, the reinforcement learning is the concept where data is not required. Okay, data is not required. So you will be the model or the object, whichever we are talking about, model or the machine, will be learning on its own experience. It will be learning on your own experience. Like, for example, just imagine now all of a sudden, okay, now because of some reason, you woke up tomorrow morning on an island over here. This is an island. And this island has a mountain over here like this. Okay. And there is a valley over here, down over here, something like this. Okay. Now you got up over here. It's a densely populated with the trees and some animals or something like that. You are here. Now you want to learn about this particular island. Okay. Or let's take it. How you learn it? Now, suppose you are in India now. Okay. Now, there is something called as Greenland, a, a land which is very much next to Canada. It's a very huge land piece, but 90% of it is covered with the snow. You are called as Greenland. Okay. You want to learn about this Greenland. You will get a lot of data over the internet. You will get the books, you will get the data, you will get the language, what is spoken or what is spoken over there, and what is the living style over there, what kind of people are living over there. Everything you will get it over there. Everything. Or each and every point you will get it over here. Clear? Now, the same way here, if you want to know about this particular island, how you will get it? Now you are alone. You don't have any internet. You don't know where you are, which part of the world you are like this. You can see that there is a sea everywhere. Okay. Now, and you don't know what is how big is this island also. You are standing over here. Now, how you will know this? Or how you will get the information about this particular island? The only way is by exploring. The only way is you are going to explore it. And you will learn. That is nothing but you are going to do some. Now, this is a place you felt that it is very safe and you will have some food and everything. And then what you will do, you will go towards this land, this direction. And first day you went on and come back and you stayed over here before night. And next day you went a bit far off more. Then you will see there's a big valley over here. Then you start your exploration over here, stopped it, and you got back. Next time you will explore it this direction. Like this, you will be exploring it, right? Each and every direction. And then you find it a mountain over here, then your exploration stopped. Then there is no other way. You can't go down into the valley. It is very dangerous. So you will be climbing up over here and exploring it. So this process of exploring on your own, on trial and error basis, is called as reinforcement learning. Reinforcement learning. Now, that is a model, whatever you create a model over here, right? Now, this model will be not trained with any data. In fact, you will not have the data to train with it. So what you are going to do, this model, whatever you created, then it will start exploring the things on its own, like this. And based on its exploration, okay, it will start learning the things on the trial and error basis. Okay, whatever step it is putting down in one direction, okay, then if it is a right step, it will be rewarded with the it will be rewarded. And if it is a wrong step, we are going to punish it. Something like that, it will be going on. Again, this is still there is a lot of work has to be done on this area. So which you will be seeing very it's in the future you will be seeing. Once this is full-fledged, it is established, then the machines doesn't require humans. All you have to do it is create the model and leave it. Then it will learn by itself and it will be doing all its stuff. Okay. Now the best example for this one is now I don't know you know it or not. The sea or ocean, the water bodies. Even though we are exploring the space a lot, we are going to the Mars, we are going to the moon, and we are exploring the Jupiter, all these things. But still, our exploration into deep seas or deep oceans is only 5%, they say. Now, this is again the information which I got it from somewhere. So this says that only 5 to 6% of the sea is being explored. Now, only 5 to 6% only you have the information about the sea or the ocean. Now, beyond this, we don't have any information. Now, you are creating a robotic submarine or something like that. Then you want to send it that one beyond this 5%. then what you'll have, you don't have any data to train. Definitely it has to go and it will learn, or on the trial and error basis. It may find some huge animals, or there is a completely dark. So it will find some huge animals or some new creatures, you may see it. And based on that, it will learn. Or you can take it as a mass. Now in 2010, we were not having enough information about the Mars. We sent a rover, I mean, says the NASA sent a rover, and rover started exploring the Mars. How it explored? It went on with the reinforcement learning. It went on and started learning. That is what is called as reinforcement. Once the reinforcement learning comes, okay, the all of your AI applications or AI models will be of next level. They all will be of next level. It is not like, whatever we are talking. They are called as like, these models will learn by itself and it will do the things on its own. Okay. Now, this is quickly about the reinforcement learning. So now going back to our, here, we have done the exploration, data collection and explore. As I told you, exploration is nothing but inspecting the data which you collected. Whatever the data you collected, you're going to inspect that data. And based on that, we are going to decide that which data should be there and which data we have to remove. Now, that is data level. Data level, we are going to remove the which column and which rows. That's what we will be doing. Now, that is based on the data level. Now, here in the cleansing process, now, once this wrangling happens, that it will give out the data. That data will be coming out to the cleansing process. Okay. Data cleansing. Now, this is one of the most important steps. Okay, this is really very, very important step in entire analysis process. Okay, now, what is the cleansing process? Cleansing process is nothing but in the data. Okay, in the data, there will be a lot of errors will be there. Now, I will give you a small example, then you will understand in a much better way. See, now, as I told you, I was been repeatedly saying that your entire AI, now you talk about the AI. AI is a process of, you are going to create, you're going to build a model, and this model, you're going to give the data. Okay, we will give the data. And based on this data, your model will learn. Your model will learn. And then you are asked a question to this, and it will give you the answer. Okay. Now, anything around you works on this basis. The best example you can take your ChatGPT. ChatGPT is nothing but it is a model. ChatGPT is a model which which is trained with a very, very large volume of data, a very huge, humongous volume, like humongous data, they trained it. And now they came up in front of you. Now you ask any question and it will give you the answer. Okay. That is what, what the ChatGPT will be doing. Okay, 1 second. Okay. Now, just imagine. So the data is very important. This data is having some error. Okay. This data is having some error. Then what will happen? This model will learn from these errors. Obviously, when it is learned from the error, its performance will be affected. It's like just like this. Now you have an exam tomorrow and you are learning today. Now think that you are learning from the wrong book. Someone has suggested you that read this book and you will be read this book and you will get all the questions from that book. And you spend all your time learning period on that book. Later on, what happened is when you went on to the exam, you got a different ones. You are having learning capability 100%. You have the learning capability, but the thing is you are learning from the wrong data, right? The same thing happened over here. When you are learning from the wrong data, its performance will be affected. Definitely, as you learn from the wrong book, your performance will be affected. Definitely 100% it will be affected, right? So the same thing happens. So we have to make sure that this data should be in a perfect format, or we can say it as it should be in the clean way. Okay, it should be in a clean one. There should not be any error. We have to remove all the errors. This process of removing the errors, we call it as a data cleansing. What is data cleansing is nothing but it is a technique of detecting or identifying, anything you can say it as identifying, detecting or identifying incorrect or inaccurate data, or irrelevant, we can use it, inaccurate data in a data set and rectifying it by correcting or deleting errors from the data set. Okay, this is what is called as cleansing process. It is a technique of detecting or identifying the incorrect, inaccurate, or irrelevant data. I will use a comma here. In a data set and rectifying it by correcting or deleting errors from the data set. This is called as, data cleansing. Okay, this is what exactly mean by data cleansing. Okay. Now, and as I told you earlier also, if you are dealing with a data science project or AI related project, getting the right data is very, very important. And once you get the perfect right data, then I can say it like 60 to 70% of your project is done. It's almost like a success. Okay, so that is the importance of your what you call it as data cleansing or data wrangling and data cleansing. Okay, now this now there is a process is there is a process is involved in this data cleansing. There is a complete life cycle is there, we can say it as data cleansing life cycle. Okay, now first step is, now data cleansing means it will clean the data. Now you should understand, it cleans the data. It is not going to collect the data, it is going to clean the data. That is what is called as data cleansing. Okay, so that means you have to collect, you have to get the data. Now who is getting the data? Wrangling process. The wrangling process will get the data, and that cleansing, whatever we are doing it, the cleansing will be applied on the data which you are got it from the wrangling process. First step is here import data from where? From wrangling process. Remember that we are going to import the data from wrangling. Now the next step is we will say it as merging data. What do you mean by this is import wrangling process means we are going to wrangling, we are going to collect the data from a different sources. Okay. Now, maybe you are collecting data. You may be collecting from the websites. You may be collecting from the news articles. You may be collecting the data from the social media, anything. So you got the 3 different sources. So one may be from the websites, we got it in the JSON format. Let's say it. This is my first source, that is websites. I got it in the JSON format. Next one is, I will say it as CSV file. Third one is maybe Excel file. These are 3 formats I got the data. Okay, yeah, you may get it in a different format. So what you are going to do, you will standardize them. You will make them all to CSV over here. Okay, then I want to get it, this data I get it over here, all CSV format. Then we are going to merge them. This is what we are going to do it. Merge them. So we will get it only one file of CSV. That is this one. We are going to merge it. Once we are done with the merging, okay, what we are going to do it is import the data from the wrangling process, merging the data, and then we are going to, first step is rebuild the data. What do you mean by rebuilding of the data is, it is like removing of errors. Errors from the data. We are removing the errors from the data. That is what is called as rebuild the data. So removing errors from data. Now, first question you should get it is, what will be the types of errors over here? What will be the error types? So first, we will be having an errors which are called as outliers. Second one, we call it as noisy data. Third one, we call it as missing values. There's so many others will be there. Okay, but I'm showing some of them. So there may be something like imbalanced data. Imbalanced. So something like this. Okay, these are some of the errors you will be finding in the data. Okay. One second. Okay. Now we are removing these errors. Now you may get it that what is this errors? See, outliers means out of the range. Okay, the values which are out of the range. Now again, I'm saying these are complete roadmap. We are doing it, but you will remove these errors. Literally, you will remove the errors. Programmatically, we are going to show you how you will remove these errors one after the other. We are not going to take the help of the tools like Tableau or Power BI or something like that. We will programmatically, we are going to remove the errors, and you can very easily do that. Once you know the Python, you can easily play with this stuff. No need to be dependent on the like any of the tools like Excel or Outlook or sorry, Lookers and all these things. Okay. Now, what is the noisy data? Noisy data is it is a non-relevant data. First one is okay. Missing values. Now there is something called as missing values. What is the missing values means? There will be some very important value will be missed out in the entire record. Okay, records with missing values. Records with missing values, and there is imbalance. That is, data is not balanced. Balanced. Data which is not balanced. That is what is called as imbalance. So first one is outlier. Outlier is nothing but out of the range. Noisy data, it is a non-relevant data. And missing values, records with the missing values. Imbalanced data means data is not balanced over here. So these are the ones which are the errors. Now you may get a doubt that how these are removed. See, first thing is this is you can remove it with the help of pandas. Okay, pandas. And noisy data, we will use the pandas and statistics. And missing values also, we will go with the pandas. Pandas helps us a lot. And then imbalance, we will go with there is something called as sklearn. There is something, sorry, not sklearn. There is something called as IMB learn dot, there is something overfitting. Overfitting, IMB learn, overfitting over here. This we will use it and we will make them balanced. Now these all are coding wise and you are going to learn this all. Okay. Now this is all about your rebuilding of the data. Now is this, after this, is this 100% now 100% it is clear? No, it is not clear. 100% it is not clear. It is. So our data is not ready yet. So there may be some more errors like unscaled data. Okay, we call it as standardization. Okay, what is this standardization? Is nothing but scaling the data onto or getting the data onto the same scale. Okay. Sunita, just give me a minute. I'm going to explain you how Sunita is there. I'm going to explain you, Sunita. Just give me a minute. I will explain you. Please correct in the data and same time. Uh, Nagamurli, you are asking a question or you are telling me? You are asking me to correct it?
No, no,
The
I'm asking,
data,
is
you
this
are
I am
asking a question.
correct or not? I'm asking you.
Yeah, actually, Nagamurli, you should understand one thing over here. Um, See, there are three roles will be there. Okay. One thing is, now let me finish it off this one. We will be finishing in next few minutes. Then I will clear all your doubts. Okay. Just give me a few minutes. Now here, getting the data onto same scale. What do you mean by this is, now this is a very common problem, guys. See, like let's take it. I have like maybe 900 grams, or let's take it 900 over here. Just I will take it 900 and let's take it 4 over here. Now, if I ask you a simple question, which number is bigger? Then obviously you will tell me that this is bigger. What is that question? Okay. Now, yeah, even my system also will recognize 900 is the bigger number. Now, what I'll do it is, I will take the same 900 over here. I will add some units, grams, and 4 kg. Now, if I ask you again, repeat the same question, which value is bigger? Then automatically your focus will be shifted over here. Previously, you are saying 900. Now you are saying 4 kg. What made the difference? The difference is units. But if I ask the same question to my system, this time also it will say 900, here also it will say 900. Because my system doesn't understand this ones. Grams, kgs or something like that. It will not understand. So what I have to do it is, get them both onto the same scale like this. 900 grams, 4,000 grams, or 0.9 kg or 4 kgs. Anything you can do it. Get them onto the same scale. Then you will be able to, your system will able to understand this and it will be able to do it. Okay. That is what is called as, standardization. Now, how you will be doing this? There is something called as standard scalar. There is a process called as standard. Now, these all, whatever I'm talking, here, imbalance or overfitting or pandas, these are the programming terminologies we are using. We are going to use it in the future. How you are going to remove them? Standard scalar is the actual. There is a library, I'm saying a class of library which is used to do this, which will help us to scale it. That's what it will be done. Now, next one is this our data is pure? Yeah, it's almost pure now. The only problem you may be seeing is deduplication. What do you mean by this is remove the duplicates. Remove the duplicate values. Okay. Now there will be some duplicate values will be created there, which will create a lot of problem for us. So we have to remove those duplicate values, which is called as deduplicate. Again, we can use the sklearn over here, sklearn library. We are having some duplicate removal mechanisms will be there. You can easily remove it. Okay. Now, again, I'm saying these all you will find it in the tools like, one second. These all will be there in the tools like Power BI and Tableau you and Excel, all this, there will be tools. But the difference between that and this is, here you are doing on your own. You are not relying on any tool. Now, if you give it your, like for example, take it as Power BI, and you say that remove the errors. It says that I remove the errors. First thing is, you don't know what are the errors, and you don't know what kind of errors it is removed, and what it did it is removed that error, deleted that error, or it is rectified that error. What is that? We don't know. Now, like a simple example, if I am saying that like rectification of the error, for example, see this. Now I will take some BTech students. BTech students' age will be from 18 to 22. Just I'm giving it like this, 18 to 22, or give it as 24. Till 24, we will give it. Some exceptional cases. Now, if there is, the age of the student is, the BTech student is 5 years. Now he is an error. And there may be again like 80 years over here. He is an error. An 80 years guy, what he will learn the BTech? And a 5 years guy, how we can understand until unless he is super intelligent. So now what is this? This is an error. So one thing is, we can delete this completely. We can delete this. First thing. Second is, we can rectify this by getting their age to 80. Maybe by mistake they must have entered 5 years and 80 years. We will rectify this. Now, whether the Tableau or Power BI is doing this or it is deleting the data, we don't know. And on what basis they are identifying the errors, we don't know. So that is a major problem over here when you are dependent on the tool. Usually that will happen whenever you are looking for an data analyst job. What they will do it is, they will ask you for a tool-based job where you will be just getting the data and applying all the mechanisms what is there. That's it. You are not known what is going on internally. And in this case, you will be doing these things on your own. And look at the confidence level what you have it when you do it this all on your own. And this is a very, very important step. As I told you over here, we are giving the data to the model. So this data should be 100% pure format. If it is having an error, then it will not be used. That's the biggest problem over here. So if you are giving that data, it will be creating a lot of problem to our model. So your model will be like overfitted or underfitted. This is a problem with the models. There are a lot of problems are there. I'm giving one simple problem. If the data is not as per the requirement. Okay. Now that is what is. Now we will be removing the duplicates. And then, okay, now after this, there is one more important step is called verify and enrich. Now, this is, I will not say that you need to do it each and every time, but you know, being a senior guy, you have to do this. What do you mean by that is, see, now just now, one person was asking me, like, 1 second. Like Naga Murli was raising a point that is whatever is like this process is a data engineer role. Okay, now he is asking a question like, okay, here we can't restrict it. Okay, you can't restrict the role for this one. Now, data engineer is usually they are involved in collecting of the data. Usually they will be involved in collecting the data, or they will make sure that whatever data they are getting, they are organizing that data and they are making in a proper form. That is a role of So for a data engineer, you need to know the Python, you need to know the pandas or PySpark, you need to know the statistics, you will be knowing the Hadoop to deal with the big data, you will be doing the HDFS, and you will be knowing the PySpark over there. All these things are required along with a what do you call it, as a cloud environment. But whereas data analyst doesn't require a cloud related stuff. He required pandas, he required the Python, pandas, NumPy, statistics, feature engineering, and some of the tools. See, again, I will come to my point. This is officially in the book. This is officially in the book. What is the role of a data analyst and data engineer? The data engineer role is to get the data from the different sources, especially they will be expertised in handling the large volume of data, and they will get it and give it to the data analyst. And data analyst role is he will do all the cleansing process, and he will remove the insights of the data, and he will present it in the graphical manner. But now we know our industry, even though the designation will be data analyst, they make you do the data engineer role, or they will, maybe the designation may be data engineer, they may do it, ask you to do it, both the roles of data engineer and data analyst. Okay, that we can't, based on the just like based on the designation, we can't strictly restrict the role. Now here, whatever I'm explaining, this is the role of a data analyst. Of course, I'm not going into the tool-based kind of stuff like Tableau and all those things, but we are doing the almost like 80% of the roles what is required or what is being implemented by the data analyst. Okay, now coming down to the enrich and verification. What is this is usually if I'm a senior, I will give the task of gathering the data to my junior. Now that can be a data engineer or data analyst. He will go and get the data. Now, being a my subordinate, so he may not have so much of experience in analyzing the large or quality of the data, or what is the source they can rely on. So in that case, what I will be doing is I will stepping into the over there, and I will make sure that the quality of the data is maintained. Okay, the quality of the data is maintained, and I can help him understand how to enrich the quality of the data what he gathered. So I will verify the data, and I will enrich the quality of the data so that our model will get the enough data to learn from it. Now, one last thing is left out is export. See, enrich and after verify and enrich, you will have the pure form of data. As per our things, there won't be any errors. Again, now there you should accept the fact that is, it is next to impossible to make the data 100% error free. Why means, see, usually whenever we are looking for the errors, okay, this is my data. So this data is, we will say that we removed all the errors, and you are giving this data to the model. I will give it to my model over here. This is a model. And this is the data. Okay, let's take it as a different shape. This is the data. Now, once the model learns from this data, now this data is completely error free. That means this is a pure form of data as per your, once you go through this entire process, your data is in pure form. You are giving the data over here. And this model, when you check the accuracy, then your accuracy may be somewhere around 85% or 90% or something. It will not be 100%. It is very rare scenario you will be getting 100%. Okay. Then if you take it 90% accuracy, you got it. There is like 10% gap is there, right? 100%. Why our model is not learning about this 10%? Okay, maybe like if the data is 100% pure and model is learning 100% from this data, then why it is not getting the accuracy as 100%? Now, just like this, you can take it. Before the exam, I will come to you. I will ask whether you learned. You will say that, yes, I'm learned, I'm perfect, I know everything. You went to the exam. And you said after the exam also, you will say that, yes, I know everything and I answered all the questions. Now, when you look at the marks, you are getting 90%. 90 marks out of 100. That means, like, what's the problem? There may be a problem with that you are learning, or there may be the problem with the notes from which we learned the data, or you are learning, you are understanding, or you are writing. There is some problem in this three, right? The same thing happening over here. Our data is 100% pure. Okay, I'm giving to the model. Model is also learning 100% from the data. Why we are getting 90% of accuracy? Why I'm not getting the 100% of the accuracy? Because see in this. Now, this we are getting a bit deeper, but just try to follow it. This error, this data, we are removing all these errors, right? All these errors we are removing. These errors which we are removing are called as, we can say it as readable errors, or we can say errors which can be identified. Now, there will be some errors which cannot be identified. That errors will be still there in this data. So usually the errors will be, one will be which can be identified. Okay, we can say it as the errors which can be rectified. Okay, and the errors which cannot be identified. So now think that you are able to see some errors, or you can identify some errors, then you can rectify it. You will go with any of these process of removal of errors, or standardization, or deduplication. All these things we will apply it and we will remove it. Suppose you are not able to find that error only. You are not able to see that error. You are applying all this mechanism. It's saying that there is no error at all. Then how you will identify that error and how you will remove that error? So it is not possible. So in that case, the error, there will be a unidentified errors will be there. These unidentified errors, this is called as reducible errors. Okay, this is non-reducible errors or unreducible errors. These non-reducible errors, first of all, you are not able to identify. When you are not able to identify, ultimately you will not be able to remove them. Then you will give that data with these errors, and then that's the reason why. Now you may ask me, like, what's the solution? There's no solution. You will try your level best to identify them. If you are not able to identify this, you will be ignoring it. That's it, nothing else. We will not know that there are errors are there. Then in that case, we have to go with this. Okay, this is what you will be doing with the cleansing process. This is the life cycle of your cleansing process. Again, this will be in an extreme level when we are going with the deep learning. This is just, I'm giving an overview. If I show you the like extreme level of the deep learning way of removing the errors, then you, first of all, you will not get it, why we have to remove them. Then you will be confused a lot. So that's why I'm giving a very much overview about this. So there'll be a lot and lot of errors will be there. That removing techniques is very, very important. Again, it will not be very complicated, but it is very much important for us to remove them. Okay, that is what exactly we will be doing with this. So this is our complete roadmap of your artificial intelligence with generative. So this is the complete roadmap what we are going to follow. Okay, and as I told you, I will create a model for you and I will show you how the model is being created. See, model means, I will repeat it once again. As I told you, model is nothing but, if I'm talking about this is a model. Try to understand the steps, guys. First, I will create a model. What is a model over here? Model is nothing but, it is a program based on the algorithm. Based on algorithm. Okay, this is what is called as based on algorithm. Now here there are 3 steps are there. Here you can see it. Where it is, here it is, these steps. 5 steps are there. In these 5 steps, the 3 are very important. That is first 3. I'm removing these things. This I can't show you right now. These are the 3 steps. First step is, we are going to create a model. That is what it is. And then we are going to train this model. What do you mean by train this model? That is nothing but, you are going to give the data to the model. This is my model, and you are going to give the data to the model over here. That is what is called as training. Now, after this, I will be doing the testing. What do you mean by testing? Means this model, after giving the data, it says that I learned. I learned from the data, I'm perfect. Now you have to know that whether this model is learned or not. How will you know it? By doing the testing. Now these 3 looks like very complicated, but it is hardly three steps. Now first I will, as I told you, it is a program based on the algorithm, right? It is a program based on the algorithm. Now I am taking a collab. I'm taking an environment which we usually use it for this coding purpose. That is called as Jupyter Notebook. But again, we didn't do any installation of the Jupyter Notebook. So I'm going to do this one in the collab. I'll use the collab. If you want to see that how we can get it, go to Google. Here you can give it collab. For this, no need to do any installation. Directly you can start using it. Just like Google, how you'll use a Google, just go and open the Google and start using it the same way it is. So collab is nothing but a collaborator. It is an environment which is developed by the Google people. Okay. And here is, I'm showing it. So meanwhile, I will just show you what are the popular algorithms. Popular AI algorithms. Okay, I'm writing it over here. Now, I'm just taking it down. You will see this. One is linear regression, logistic regression, decision tree. See guys, one thing, I'm just taking this one from the internet. I'm not saying on my own. Whatever is rated over here, I'm taking those algorithms. See, these are the algorithms. And these algorithms, when we write the code based on these algorithms, that is what is called as model. It looks scary, right? We are write the program based on algorithms. See that how simple it is. Okay. Now let's take it two algorithms. Let's take it this one, logistic regression, and we will go with the, or let's do with this one, decision tree and random forest. I'm going to take these two algorithms. Now these two are a bit confusing for you, so that's why I'm not taking. I'm taking it these two, decision tree and random forest. So I'm taking it. What are those? Decision tree and random forest. These are the two algorithms I'm going to use it. Yeah, we are very new. I'm assuming that few of you have never touched the programming or you don't know anything about this. Now, whatever code we are writing is we are building up the model over here. That is the second part of our here, our life cycle. This one, I'm doing this. Okay, this part. Okay. Now, before going and writing the code, I will just I want to explain you something like this. Let's take it. There is a building over here. Let's take this is a building. This building has two portions. This is the first portion, and this is a second portion. First portion and second portion. So, the first portion, which is top portion, okay, this one we call it as, this area we call it as maybe tree. I will call it as tree. This one I will call it as ensemble, and this building name is sklearn. What's the name of the building? sklearn. What is the first portion? Tree. Second portion, ensemble. Okay. Now, who will stay in the first portion? Okay, I will remove this part. In the first portion, let's take it a decision tree classifier says. This one. He stays over here. And who stays in the second floor, second portion? That is random forest classifier. These two. Now, you want to call the decision tree classifier. Now, you are standing over here. And you want to call this guy. So, how you'll do that? First, you will go to the sklearn building. Then you will go to the tree portion. And then you will get the decision tree classifier. So, how you'll do that? Here, I'll give it as from sklearn building dot tree import decision tree classifier. Now, if I want to call the random forest classifier from sklearn dot ensemble import random forest classifier, like this, random forest classifier. So this is the way we will be doing the stuff. Decision tree classifier and random forest classifier. Clear? Now I will show you this. Now we are preparing the model. Don't forget that. And what is the algorithm we are using? Decision tree. What is a model? A program based on algorithm. Now I'm going over here. This is the online environment, guys. I will just give a name as demo. Just I will give it as a demo. First thing, I will get it from, I want to get the decision tree. Decision tree is which location? From sklearn tree import decision tree classifier. from sklearn.tree. Import decision tree classifier. Over here. Now let me run it. Yeah, it will take like few seconds because first time it is getting connected. So we are using it. Data cleansing is done by data analyst. Oh, artificial intelligence, we can't say it because in artificial intelligence, data engineer is having its own role. Okay, data engineer and data analyst are having their own role. There, you can't say that they will be removing it. Yeah, there may be a chance that other roles may be removed, like other simple roles will be removed, but the most of the rules will be existing as it is, but there will be an extra rules will be created which is related to that of data artificial intelligence. Okay, here Kishore is asking a question. Sir, we just need to import from the library to consume it. Yes, that's what you have to do. You have to just import this. Now I will show you. This I'm doing the import. Now I have to create a model. Decision tree classifier and give the brackets. This is a model. That's it. Now to this model, I will give a name. I'll give a name so that I have to refer this one. I will give it as DT, decision tree model. You can give it any name. You can give it any name. I'm giving DT, relevant name, or I can give it AJ or AS, anything I can give it. So this is the way it will be done. Now this is a model. That's it. This is a model. And to this model, I have to give the data. Always remember, whenever you are giving the data to the model, I will use the fit function. I don't think you need some technical knowledge to use the fit or you to import this. Import is just get the information and you import it and you create this. I don't think so you require any programming knowledge especially for doing this. Just whatever you imported, decision tree classifier, add a brackets and store it in a variable. This variable act like a model. That's it. And that model I'm giving the data. Whenever you want to give the data, I have to give it using the fit function. Entire your data science, entire artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, or your Gen AI, you will be using the fit function. That's it. And you will give the data. I'm not having the data now. I'm just using the word data. That's it. Now, after doing this, you are going to find out the percentage, how much it learned. DT underscore model dot score. And you are going to give it as data. That's it. So understand this, guys. First step is I'm creating a model. That's what I said it over here. We are going to do it. First step is what? Creating the model building. That's what I did it. That is a one step. That's what it is. That's it. Here, this is a model. And you have to give the data to the model over here. Second step. That is by giving you are training the model by giving the data. How you will do it? By using the fit function. You can go over the internet and check it out the code of your decision tree implementation. You will find this in the middle, not at the top. In the middle, you will find this. Wherever it is importing the decision tree, you will find this. And then you will get the score. What is the score of that? By using this one. You want to get the testing, model testing, you will be doing by using the score. That's it. These 4 or 5 lines, whatever we have it over here, importing, creating a model, and they giving the data to the model and getting the score. That's it. It's very simple. Now, if you take it the another one, what is the another one we have it? Random forest, right? I will do the same thing over here with a random forest. And now try to understand this, guys. I don't have the data. So definitely I can't run this one. If I run it, I will get an error because I don't have the data. If you get the data, then automatically you can give it over here. Now let's do the random forest from sklearn.ensemble import random forest classifier. That's it. All you have to do it is the same step. What I've done it after importing, I have to just use the brackets and create an object, and I will give a name to that. That will act like a model. So the same thing I will do it. Random forest classifier of, and I will give it as over here RFC model. Why I gave the RFC? Random forest classifier. Okay. Now I will run it. This is the actual model creation. This is a name given to that model so that I can use it in the future. So RFC underscore model, you can see this, you will get it a random forest classifier. Now to this model, give the data. How you gave the data over here? Model.fit, right? The same thing I will do it. RFC underscore model dot fit. And you give the data. Again, I don't have the data. I'm just giving a name data. Now next, I want to get the score. How you got the score over here? By using the score. Okay, so RFC dot underscore model dot score, and you give it as data. That's it. You are learned now random forest. You are learned now vision. Yeah, literally, this code is related to that of machine learning and deep learning. That's the same code you will be using. Machine learning or deep. This is how the things goes. This is as simple as that. The entire machine learning or entire deep learning will be pretty easy if you understand the concept. If you are not understanding the concept, then it will be like a hell. Again, whenever you are learning this one, you have to learn it in a systematic way. If you are learning in a systematic way, automatically you will be getting it. Now it's just like this. You will do the schooling, first grade, second grade, third grade, fourth grade. You will upskilling yourself and you will come to 10th. Then you will go to the 10 plus 2. Then you will go to the engineering. Just imagine you just don't do all these things. And directly you are writing the exam of the engineering. You will definitely get failed. You will get all the doubts, whatever you are not studying in this. The same thing happens. Whenever you are jumping into the actual sum of them, you will get a lot of doubts. Okay. Now let's get back to all the questions what were being asked. Sunita was asking me, I just asked her, in 13 to 14 years experience CV, can we include Gen AI and prompt engineering in the CV as an experience, and how much experience we can keep in that? See, actually, I really appreciate your experience of 12 to 13 years or 13 to 14 years. See, Gen AI actually existing from past 4 years or so, 4-5 years, not more than that. Okay, ever since the Transformers came in 2017, 2018, since then the LLMs were used. So you can, if you want to keep an experience, you can't keep it more than that, first thing. Second is how you have to keep your experience. See, now if you want to get some good package, okay, now maybe around 30-40 lakhs or 35 lakhs or something like that, what you have to do it is, you can put it on the deep learning from 2015. 2015, you keep it as deep learning, or 2017 or something, 3 years on the deep learning. Then you moved on to the Gen AI. And then remaining on, you can keep it your previous experience as it is. If it is related to that of IT, you can keep your previous experience as it is. And then you can keep from 2017, in the same company, they started implementing the artificial intelligence. So you have already learned it. So you are being a part of the AI team, and you are majorly working on the deep learning. As we cover all the deep learning concepts, so you can easily crack. That's not a problem. You can easily justify the things. Next is now Gen AI. Yeah, you can say that from past 3 years or 4 years, I'm working on Gen AI. This is the way you can do it. Now, let's see this. I like yes, Kishore, you have to import the model and then you will be doing it. Now, in deep learning, there also we will import everything except then creation of the model. How you want the model, you can do it. It's just like this. You can say it as now, if you take it, you're ordering a pizza. Just imagine you're ordering a pizza. Now the pizza from the Pizza Hut guy will get it and give it to you directly at your home. I'm talking from your home. So in that case, you will not have an option to choose whatever you wanted. Just you have to order whatever the pizza is there, and they will put the necessary ingredients and give it to you. Now, when it comes to the, now you are sitting in front of you, like the pizza maker is lively is doing the pizza in front of you, then you can discuss with him what are the ingredients you want. This is the difference between a deep learning model and a machine learning model. Machine learning model is a ready-made model. Okay, you can just do a little bit changes, but in the deep learning model, you can change the ingredients inside the model. That is the difference between a machine learning model and, but both the cases, the required stuff, you have to import it. Okay. Now, Prasanna, is it mandatory to run the model? Obviously, if you run only, that model will be imported. That model will be created. You are importing the things, you are creating a model, right? You have to run it. Each and everything, whatever is there, you have to run it. See, if I run it over here, now I will show you. What will happen is, why I said it is this one. Okay, now here I'm running it. It's already showing me an error. We don't know that what is data. Because I don't have the data, I'm just putting on the data. Now I will run it, I will get an error. Data is not defined. That is, what is this data it is asking. So that's why I'm not running, I said it. But again, it will be this all I run it. Okay, this one I didn't run it because I don't have the data. If I have the data, if I run it, this model will learn and it will give us the accuracy. What is the accuracy? Okay. Now, yeah, I think I addressed all the questions. Any more queries, please? Guys, and again, I want to remind you, like these all are demo sessions. So once we enter into the core stuff, then you will be getting, says, when we go with the regular classes, you will get the videos, you will get the notes, you will get the programs, everything will be provided to you. Okay, so once these demos are being done, maybe tomorrow, today or tomorrow, I don't know, like will be the last class. And if you are enrolling, then the link will be changed and you will be shared with a new link and you can be a part of the like actual regular classes. So the management wanted me to inform you that. So I'm informing. So based on your comfort level, if you understand the things over here, please enroll it. or if you have any queries, you can take my number from the the management people. They will give you a number. I already raised that one. They said that officially I'm not supposed to give the number over here. Once the regular classes starts, I can give my number. So please coordinate with them and ask the numbers if you want to talk to me, and if you want to clarify all your doubts, you can just take the number and you can clarify all your doubts. Okay, guys. Chalo, then I'm stopping it over here, and we will meet tomorrow to continue with the things. We are almost done with the things, whatever is required, the roadmap. Tomorrow we may start with our Python classes. Okay. I will end up. If you wanted, I will execute this, whatever I showed you, the model creation, I will execute with data. Okay, so that you will not have that doubt. Chalo guys, I will stop it over here. Let's meet tomorrow at the same time to continue with the things. But if you have any queries, you can talk to the management. Thank you.